I'd like to pose a question to the body. Anyone may care to answer?
The representative may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Does this bill put in place a plan to reduce the wait list for individuals with intellectual disabilities?
Representative has posed a question to the chair. To anyone who cares to answer, the chair recognizes the representative from Westbrook, Representative Katine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In response to the representative's question, yeah, there's a whole section in the bill that requires the Department of Health and Human Services to implement certain measures that have been suggested in the past in order to bring down the wait list and to better manage the care of people who have disabilities. As many of you in the chamber may know, and some of you may not, Maine's cost of managing the care of people with disabilities is much, much higher than the national averages. One of the things we need to do to manage the wait list is to bring those costs down and better manage the care. This bill requires the department to develop a plan going forward, and by January 1st next year have a plan for how it's going to do that and bring the wait list times down to 6 months. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The chair recognizes the representative from Brewer, Representative Barrow.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen of the House. Just following up on the recent remarks, one of my constituents called last week, very enthusiastic about expanding Medicare. He had reservations about managed care, and what he said to me was, do you realize that managed care is going to cost about 10 or 20% of the as a fee for providing the service, as compared with MaineCare, the federal program? He said is about 2%. So I bring that up to see if I can get a response from somebody to talk a little bit about how is this managed care going to work. I know in the handout here it says 2 or 3 companies can provide that service, and what would the cost of that be? Thank you.
The representative has posed a question through the chair to anyone who cares to answer. The chair recognizes the representative from Westbrook, Representative Katine.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, I didn't hear the question in its entirety. I think it was related to how is managed care supposed to work. Is that as contemplated in the bill?
My understanding is primarily the cost of managed care.
Right. So the bill requires that a stakeholder group be convened and that a series of substantive rules be developed by the department to implement the managed care. The cost of that, of the stakeholder group and any of the studies that would need to be done to implement that are included in the bill in the fiscal note. But it also requires that once managed care is implemented, that there be processes put in place to drive down the cost, and that it also leverage and work with all of the other different care management initiatives that the department has been moving forward with, such as the SIM grants, such as the health homes initiatives, and make sure that that good work is rolled into the managed care. Again, 44 states approximately in the United States have some form of managed care. Maine is certainly an outlier.